What's going on, everybody? I'm joined today by a pretty special guest, Kelowna country music celebrity, none other than Ben Klick. Thank you very much, Ben, for taking the
Oh
time out
my
of your
gosh.
busy schedule to do this interview with me.
Of course. Thank you for reaching out and asking me to do it. It's fun being back in the hometown for a little bit.
Of course, yeah. You mentioned Kelowna being your hometown. Obviously, like I mentioned, a bit of like a hometown celeb of sorts, quite a well-known guy around here. If my knowledge serves me correctly, you split your time between Nashville and Kelowna. What's
Yeah.
that like? Like life in Nashville versus like when you're back home here?
Oh, I mean, it's very distinctively different. From what I do from a music perspective, Nashville's just like Music City. It is the heart of a lot of country music, a lot of rock music, which is super cool. But at the same time, I grew up here in Kelowna. I grew up in and around on the west side. I grew up on the Kelowna side of the bridge. So everything to me about Kelowna with the distinct four seasons, Nashville doesn't have. The fact that you can have like a day like today,
Yeah, it's a
and it's
beautiful day.
absolutely gorgeous, and you can actually like you can go on the boat and you can do kind of whatever is pretty cool. So I find there's such different places that it's tough to kind of pick what I'm gonna say is home. So home to me is both here. It's also down in Nashville, and splitting time is it's a lot of fun. I get to do kind of live the best of both worlds in whatever sense.
Yeah, that's fair. I saw recently when I was researching questions for this interview, you're founding an event to raise money for multiple sclerosis research, I believe it is.
Yeah.
What made you decide to found an event like that and like raise money for such a cause?
My dad was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis back in 2018, and so when he was diagnosed, I remember getting a phone call from my, my mom and dad at the hospital, basically letting us know what it was, what the diagnosis is, which was MS, but there was nothing that I could really do to help. However, at the same time, I was up at a charity golf tournament, and as country music as it sounds, I drove off, and in the rearview mirror, I saw a big stage with some artists playing on it, and thought, this is something that I could do to help. Is within the connections that I've built over the years of being within the music community,
Yeah.
there's got to be some way to bring together the MS Society within Canada, as well as with local community in and around the Kelowna area, and just kind of nationwide and worldwide, and bring that together in some sort of form to raise money for the cause and spread awareness about what multiple sclerosis is. And it's gone for the last 5 or 6 years now.
Wow.
And we're currently sitting at right at around $170,000 for fundraising efforts. It's been incredible.
That's incredible. So where can people find information on like how to donate or how to like attend the event or information around it?
Yeah, so it's all on my website personally, benklick.com, and then there's a little link at the top for Music Fest MS, and that's the little link that people can go to, and that's how they can get involved. Everything on there comes directly to me, so you'll basically be chatting with me the entire time if you have questions, and I'm an open book, and I'm happy to help out. So if you need to reach out, or there's potentially something that I can do to help or put you in contact with somebody that you may not have access to at this point, there could be a potential that I'm able to steer in the right direction, which is all a part of that whole community building thing.
Absolutely, yeah, that's super awesome. And I love that it's like a very meaningful purpose for you versus just doing it like people I feel like do things like that just out of the goodness of their heart, which is also really incredible. But I think like when you have a bit more of a personal reason for it, then it
Sure.
kind of lights more of a fire under your butt to be like, okay, this is what we're
Yeah, yeah,
doing.
yeah.
Like you kind of pour your heart into it.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. A few more questions here for you, Ben.
Yeah, yeah.
What is your favorite part, would you say, about being like a country music artist? And what made you choose country music of all the genres you could have chosen?
I grew up listening to, of all people, Shania Twain.
That's a good selection.
That was my first concert, and then I also grew up listening to some folk music. Great Big Sea from the east coast of Canada was one of them, and then a bunch of classic rock and pop was always on in the car. But country music to me has always been about the story, and the over the years of being a guitar player and a musician, the overall musicianship that is behind what country music is, getting everybody in one room together in a studio and just tossing things back and forth and ideas and that kind of organic thing has always been something I've been a part of and have absolutely loved. So if it wasn't for the stories and the musicians and just the people and the community around it, then I'd say those are kind of the main top things about why country is what I do.
That's fair. That's super awesome. What is some advice you would give like young artists who are maybe trying to pursue a career in music?
That's a really good question. If somebody was to ask me like, what would you do differently or something like that, the best piece of advice that I can give is just keep going and be who you are authentically. And I say that from the sense of, for me, there's been a lot of different songs that I've put out or songwriting sessions I've been put into where we're writing for certain things or we've always got a goal and that type of stuff. However, at the end of the day, people really want to get to know who you are as a human. And sure, it could be an artist, it could be a guitar player, it could be a piano player, it could be whatever. But whatever that happens to be, for me, I enjoy listening to the stories and the personal experiences of artists and songwriters, and then how that can resonate with my own life and kind of connect on those sorts of realms. So if somebody can do that and just remember to be authentically them, that would probably be the best piece of advice that I can give.
That's fair. That's really good advice, I'd say. One more question for you, Ben. What is
Yeah.
a fun fact about you that not a lot of people would know?
Oh man, I love lemons.
Lemons.
And lemons are my thing. And if anything, my mom's got this lemon meringue pie recipe, phenomenal. But I'll do anything lemons. Since living down in Nashville, I've learned that I love dill pickle spears.
My wife loves
Fried dill pickle
pickles.
spears. So I've done that. But I'd say that sort of stuff. And I'm a little bit of a goofball every now and then. So you can catch me doing potentially some weird types of things for fun. But I'd say if there was the kind of the most ridiculous fun fact, I love lemons. And I'll give you another one for fun. If I go out to like coffee shops and things like that, I don't really drink a whole lot of coffee. I don't really do that kind of thing. Teas, on average, sometimes, great. However, hot chocolate, I am such a kid. And if I can get the party on top every single time with the whipped cream and the sprinkles and the marshmallows and stuff, all for it.
That's awesome. Well, thank you very much for your
Absolutely.
time, Ben. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.